Hi, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. Glad to be back with you tonight. We get to read another one in this book, My Bible Friends, The Borrowed Axe. The boys of the prophet Elijah's school crowded closer together on their benches, trying to make room for the new students. But it was no use. There just wasn't room. The boy with the red coat, we'll call Jared. Barefooted, Jared had walked many miles that he might attend the prophet Elijah's school, where boys were taught to be teachers for God. But alas, the school was far too small. How would Jared and the new pupils have to go home? When school let out, the boys talked together. What could they do about their too small school? One of the boys pointed towards the River Jordan. Let's take our axes and go to that river, he said, and cut down trees to make a larger school. It's a good idea, said an older boy, and let's ask Prophet Elijah to go with us. The other boys agreed, but Jared hung his head. He had no axe and no money to buy one. Could you borrow an axe? Asked the older boy. So Jared went to a neighbor's house and asked if he might borrow an axe. You may borrow my axe, said the neighbor, if you take good care of it. I'll take good care of your axe, promised Jared. Very good care of it. One morning, when the sun was half up, the boys shouldered their axes and walked with Prophet Elijah down the trail to the River Jordan. The river wound in and out, like a snake wiggling through the valley. Here and there on its banks were groves of trees, tall trees, short trees, crooked trees, and trees that grew straight. So here's what that river looked like. See how it's snaking along? And the boys are walking with the prophet. Each boy chose a tree to cut down. Jared chose one near the river's edge. He swung the borrowed axe and made a cut. Again and again and again, he swung that axe with all his might. Pitchy, piney chips flew this way and that. Then suddenly, without warning, there he is working. Very close to the river. The axe head flew off the axe handle. A plop, a splash, and it sank out of sight. Jared looked where the axe head had fallen, but the water was too muddy to see it and too deep to wade in and feel for it. Alas, master, for it was borrowed, he cried to the prophet Elijah. Oh no. There, do you see how he was left holding only the handle? Because the axe head had went off. But he told Prophet Elijah, Where did it fall? Prophet Elijah asked. Jared showed him the place. Prophet Elijah cut down a stick. Then, asking God for help, he threw the stick into the water where the axe head had fallen. The boys watched to see what happened. They saw the stick floating on the water. Can you see that stick floating on the water? He's throwing it in there, I guess. And then up through the muddy water rose the axe head, up to the very surface, the top of the water. And there it floated beside the stick, like a toy boat on a river. Take it up, said Prophet Elijah. Joyfully, Jared splashed in after it. He fastened the axe head tightly to the axe handle and finished cutting down his tree. Now, many things float. Toy boats float, of course. Wood can float, but metal does not float. That was a miracle. With a push and a pull, the boys dragged the tree logs along the trail. They split the logs into slabs the right size and built a new and larger school. Now the boys wouldn't be too crowded. There was room enough for all. No one would have to go home. They could all stay at Prophet Elisha's school and learn to be teachers of God. See how they're pulling and then cut it into slabs? Now they're making this fine new school. Wow. Can you imagine that? Well, those boys were hard workers. They wanted to go to school. They wanted to be able to teach others about God. And that's something all of us can help teach people about God. We can do it by the way we behave, like being loving and kind to each other, being unselfish, thinking about others first, being obedient. Sometimes that's hard, but we can do it. Just like those boys could build that school. And just like when Elijah prayed and asked God for help, that metal axe head come up out of the mud, up to the very top of the water. So think how you can share God's love. And I will too. It's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. I want to pray blessings on you and on yours, in your house and out of your house, and in the day and in the night. Whatever you do, keep dreaming, keep a story in your heart. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and push that notification bell. That way you'll know whenever I'm doing a new story or whatever else I'm doing. Like today, I showed how I made grape juice. All right, I'll be reading to you tomorrow.